Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the Cooperative Extension Program at Tennessee State University through 2005. And we're fortunate to have with us to talk about the Cooperative Extension Program at Tennessee State University and related ideas, Dr. Thelma Sanders-Hunter with the Family Life Program at Tennessee State University. And of course, with Dr. Thelma Sanders-Hunter is Dr. Javiette Samuel. Both Dr. Samuel and Dr. Hunter are in the Cooperative Extension Program at Tennessee State University. And of course, let me welcome you, Dr. Sanders, and you, Dr. Samuel, to the program this morning.
Thank you.
And to tell you how fortunate we were to get through these names and these introductions this morning, Dr. Samuel and Dr. Hunter, and we'll be able to, I think, from this point on, make that kind of distinction. But before we get started in dealing with the Cooperative Extension Program at Tennessee State University, Dr. Hunter, let's have you and Dr. Samuel to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of the things that were important in terms of your life in leading you to Tennessee State University to work in the Family Life Program. And of course, after you give us that information, Dr. Samuel will give us similar kind of information concerning her travels to Tennessee State University and working with the 4-H Club in the Cooperative Extension Program. Let's start with you, Dr. Hunter.
Sure, and thank you again. Let me say that I am an alumna of Tennessee State University, and I received 3 degrees from that institution. I received a bachelor's degree in English, the Master's of Science degree in Agricultural Science, focusing on rural development, and the Doctorate of Education in Education Administration. And I have done some extended studies with the University of Missouri in Columbia, focusing on the aging process gerontology, as well as having been accepted as an extension leadership development intern by the University of Colorado State University, So I have done some extensive things since I have been on board, particularly in family life, and I was able to serve as an extension fellow at the U.S. Department of Agriculture in '94, and I focused on developing and implementing some specific programs.
Very good. Dr. Samuel?
I am from Knoxville, Tennessee. Very similar to Dr. Hunter, all of my degrees are from the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. My background is child development and family relations, so the vast majority of my work has been in that field of study, and I've been here for about a year. And I'm certainly glad to be at Tennessee State. The vast majority of my experience has been working with troubled youth and adolescents in psychiatric residential facilities, so this is a really different twist for me because 4-H and youth development really focuses on positive, intentional activities that will help young people become contributing members of society, so it's very different. It's like the opposite ends of the spectrum, you might say.
In real sense, dealing with young people. Very good. But of course, I'm sure, Dr. Samuel, that the experiences that you had on that negative side will also help your experience, your situation on the positive side dealing with 4-H Club.
Absolutely.
And as a matter of fact, Dr. Hunter, let's see if we can start off by talking about the Cooperative Extension Program at Tennessee State University. Give us some idea in terms of the scope and what this program is all about.
Most certainly. As you well know, the Cooperative Extension Program stems from the Morrill Act, and that was an act that was instituted by Congress and signed by President Abraham Lincoln, whereby you had land-grant universities that were established to work with farmers in agriculture and homemakers. The Cooperative Extension Program became prevalent at Tennessee State in 1972. Prior to that, it was set up at the other land-grant university in Tennessee, which was the University of Tennessee, and that university is an 1862 university, and our university is an 1890. And the focus is to work with underserved and those with limited resources, families and individuals, to help them to be more self-sufficient in their quality of life.
Good. And of course, Dr. Samuel, we're getting ready within the next 30 seconds for our first commercial break. Now, when we come back, we want to give you an opportunity to say something about the land grant situation at the institution that you finished. That is, she's talking about a historical black institution land grant, and you're going to talk about a historical white institution land grant. When we come back after this first commercial break, we want you to start that off, and then we'll allow Dr. Sanders to talk about her area of family life. And I think that way that'll give us an opportunity to see both these institutions, University of Tennessee at Knoxville as well as Tennessee State University, and their cooperative experiences. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. We're talking to Dr.